Options and Community Engagement Specialist for OUSD, and I'm happy to be leading the Options and School Choice Inquiry. So as many of you probably know, Options has been in place as OUSD's open enrollment policy since it was approved by the Board of Education in 2004. It was first implemented for the 2005-2006 school year, which was 5 years ago now. And so I know for many people that probably feels like it's been a long 5 years, and that's because people have some really strong opinions about the effects that Options has had on students in the district, on schools, on families, on the community as a whole. And so that's what the inquiry is really about, is looking at those different effects and really trying to find out what it is that has taken place both positively and negatively, and building off of that. So the original vision of Options was that we would have 2 quality schools in every neighborhood, and families would have the ability to select from those schools. Of course, the problem with that is we didn't even have a definition of what a quality school was, and so then the question can be raised of, then what does Options even really mean? What options are we actually providing our families with? And so that essential question, as well as the others that are on the slide that you see there, are really what the inquiry team was formed to look at. And so the goals of our inquiry are to really understand, again, both those positive and negative impacts of Options, and then to come up with a set of recommendations. One part of the recommendation will be to correct issues that Options has created within the district. The other side of the recommendations will be to recommend new policies that maybe is just something that was missing initially from the program. Another issue that we really, similar to RBB, is that we just really want to look at the equity of it. Options has been a program that's been good for some of our students, but not for all, and that's what we need, as a program that's good for all. The membership of our inquiry team is built around this idea that we really need information from all over the community, from people who have these different experiences, who have these different opinions. And so it's just really the participation that we have here, it really is representative of different regions, of parents from different grade levels, but just at the same time, we want even more of that. We need just all the input, whether people are actually serving on the inquiry team or just providing information so that we can work with that. And so the work of the inquiry team is divided into 5 stages. We've had 1 community orientation, and then we've had 2 meetings. And those first 2 meetings were both a part of stage 1, which was knowledge development, where the members came together. We began going through just the history of Options so people understand why it was put into place, what the different aspects of the program are, and then we can really have a foundation moving forward together of understanding. So our next meeting is this Monday. And we're now moving into stage 2, which is evidence gathering. And this stage is where we're really going to be going out, doing one-to-ones with parents and families. We're doing surveying. We'll be doing focus groups. We just want to get all the data we can possibly get before we start trying to develop a mission statement for whatever recommendation we may have. We want to look at what that original vision for Options was, and then look at the context that we're in now, the system that we're in now. Although changes are being made, we realize that we're still in an imperfect system, and so we need to look at that and develop a mission for this program that can be met by what we have in place now. So after we do that work and we have that mission statement, we're going to review recommendations. And those recommendations will come from within our inquiry team. They'll come from the community. They'll come from all over the place. And all of them will be decided and looked at based on their alignment to that mission that we've come up with. After that, we will test out the different recommendations to make sure that they can actually work within the system that we currently have, and then look at how they may work in the system that we're building. And then we will finalize a recommendation for this year, but just stressing that, you know, as things are changing, as we look at the system and the community schools, thriving students, all the different pieces of it, the development of the quality standards, everything that's going on, that the revisions and updates to this process will have to continue through the remaining 3 to 5 years, and that the group that's working this year can make some suggestions for that, but just to let you know that that is definitely a big part of it. So the last thing is just to, again, stress the importance of community involvement in this process. And we have a really good group working right now on the actual inquiry team, but just, again, we're going to get out, we're going to do focus groups, one-to-ones. I'm really excited about the global engagements and being a part of that. And I just invite really all people to participate and give us feedback. Thank you very much.
So anyway,